who am I? You know, who am I to the people? You know, I have a kid now, like I said before. Honestly, it's just that fatherhood time. You know, I haven't yet spent much more time with my son as I would want to. And he'll understand that as he gets older. If I can see, like, how can I change and how can I give my son more knowledge rather than luxury things, then I'm going to do that.
Mamá, yo quiero mamá. Mamá, yo quiero mamá. Ah, Chelita, mamá. Ah, Chelita, mamá. Mamá, yo quiero mamá.
My father, though, is the one that really, he knows me best. He's seen me at my worst. He's seen me at my best. You know, and he's going to be the one that definitely is going to tell me the things that I really need to focus on how can I beat this guy. I trust him. I trust him with my life.
It's the first break. The first minute hurt.
Before the noise, before the crowd, this fight begins long before the opening bell. It does not start inside the ring or under bright lights. It starts in quiet moments, where belief is tested and habits are exposed. Two fighters, two different rhythms, both moving toward the same night from opposite paths.
I just want everyone to see that, you know, my father didn't become trainer of the year just by luck. You know, in 2020, you know, we beat the most decorated fighter pound for pound during that time, Vasily Lomachenko. That was from him. You know, he told me how the game plan had to go.
He'll push him and he'll freaking just try dogging him. But he's trained for that. He's trained to keep on doing that every round. So when he spars,
Everybody tired.
so when he spars, I tell him, okay, you could box.
Yeah.
You could box, but what's gonna happen when you can't box no more? You get tired of it and you feel that guy's weight.
Yeah.
Punch your body, you go on top, and then you go on top. We'll stroke that head. Shot. Concentrate. You doing things like rules never do it.
Teofimo Lopez has always lived in an uncomfortable space, where confidence borders on defiance. His belief is not built on praise, but sharpened by doubt. He has never been the type of fighter who needs calm in order to perform. In fact, chaos has often been the switch that brings out his best version. That is what makes his preparation for Shakur Stevenson so interesting this time.
A lot of the times, you know, I didn't want to go into the gym. I didn't, you know, especially when I had to swim. You know, that was painful. But it was the training, the work ethics that you have to put in between the miles of running and the depths of how you have to sacrifice your whole body in this. You know, a lot of people don't understand, even to this day, how much we have to really do, how much we beat up our body.
Good. So when he comes here, go to the body. When he comes here, go to the body. There, stop. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. He can't touch the champ. He can't touch the
The noise has not distracted him. It has focused him. Behind the scenes, Teofimo's training has been about tightening the parts of his game that do not depend on adrenaline. He is working on controlling distance, staying disciplined between explosive moments, and adding structure to situations where he once relied on instinct alone.
You know what?
My father put me in with the top guys, professional fighters at like 12, 13 years old. You know, and that was something that I really enjoyed the most because it was hard. I would cry, I would run away, I didn't like it. I would tell him like, you know, this is not for me, I want to quit. And he would just, nope, no, you could do this. My father would flip it around sometimes and say, okay, you want to quit, we'll quit. And literally I would stop for maybe a day or two and bug him, be like, hey, I want to go back in the gym. So I believe we had this connection, obviously, since birth.
The focus is no longer just power or athletic burst. It is patience, timing, and understanding that against a fighter like Shakur, opportunities are limited. This camp feels different. It is built on accountability. Less energy spent talking to the crowd and more time spent talking to himself. Every session seems to answer one key question. Can Teofimo stay sharp when the fight slows down?
Serious and stuff. You know, yeah, that's to get focused on the fight, but gotta make it a fun camp. I know, I'm gonna blow my dad's ear.
For about 13,000 years ago, this was a felony power in the study of ancient America. But it was wrong. The old notion had been completely overturned. Men, fossilized human footprints have been found in the New Mexican desert.
I don't feel good, bro. Why you do that? And you film that too, man? You better erase that.
Teofimo knows Shakur thrives when opponents grow frustrated. That is why the work now is about pressing forward without rushing. This is not the Teofimo chasing highlight moments. This is a fighter trying to control them. And that version is the most dangerous one.
It's important to take breaks in between camps, you know, or even in camp. We're so focused at what's at task that we end up forgetting to have fun. You know, we have a long week of training. Let's reward ourselves for that week.
And on the other side of that preparation sits Shakur Stevenson, a fighter who has never needed chaos to discover himself because discipline has always been his natural environment.
I'm living thug life like Tupac Shakur. Servo, you always rap about Tupac Shakur. See you in the black Benz, I hope you got that Glock in yours. Niggas ain't taking care of their business, you on top of yours. These hoes fucking up they paper, they ain't stopping yours. That's it.
On the other side is Shakur Stevenson, a fighter who has never needed chaos to find himself. Discipline has always been his natural environment. Where Teofimo sharpens his edge by learning restraint, Shakur sharpens his by removing excess.
The first round is gonna be very interesting. Maybe you see some tails, but I think maybe 2 or 3 you're gonna start seeing one lead the other. Because I don't think that being Shakur might show some different, if he has to go after Teofimo, he might show some different type of heart that we haven't seen or different type of fighting we haven't seen. And vice versa, you know, whereas Teofimo's hitting him with different shots off the angle, that is kind of giving, you know, Shakur Stevenson trouble.
When he wants to. Like, he's shown he has a slick style too when he wants to do that.
When he wants to do that. So if you have a slick style and you got power and you got the speed too,
yeah.
And you're fighting at 140, so let's see, moving up in weight or not, where Teofimo can hit him. Maybe he was really fast at 130, 2630, maybe 35, but 40, you put on a little bit more weight. I think that he holds the weight.
His training camp has been quiet, deliberate, and almost clinical, built on repetition, clarity, and decision-making under fatigue. This camp is not about reinvention. It is about refinement. Every session reinforces what already makes him dangerous: distance control, balance, timing, and emotional stability. Shakur trains like someone who expects problems, not surprises. He prepares for the moments when Teofimo explodes, when the crowd reacts, and when momentum threatens to shift. His focus is staying centered through all of it. He does not rush rounds, chase reactions, or confuse activity with control. Everything is about efficiency, removing options and forcing mistakes without forcing exchanges. Shakur knows this fight will not be won with emotion or volume. It will be won in the quiet seconds between punches, where positioning beats power and patience beats impulse. He is not training to prove anything. He is training to execute.